Hi, we are Emily, Sarah and KEALEIGH, and today we'll be giving an instructional video on the fundamental movement skill, the bounce. A bounce is defined as the action to strike the ground or another surface and rebound.
It is a fundamental movement skill because it strengthens reflexes and is used in a variety of different sports, predominantly basketball. The bounce also assists the development of hand-eye coordination because it requires the ability to drop a ball and catch it.
This video will have two stages that consist of beginners and masters. Beginners are aimed at grade 1 level, as this is the stage it is introduced, and masters is aimed at grade 3 as kids have been given time to develop skills.
Welcome to the introduction stage of this video. This stage is aimed at grade 1s, and please note that a smaller ball size has been used due to the smaller hand sizes.
The first key teaching point is the correct hand placement on the ball. As teachers, you need to ensure the students have their predominant hand on top and the other on the side. They need to move away the hand on top of the ball and use a slight force of their predominant hand to push the ball to the floor. If done correctly, the ball should rebound to allow them to catch it. After demonstrating, get the students to practice to allow you as a teacher to correct them.
Common mistake at this level is not making it clear to students that they need to start bouncing on the spot, because a consequence of this is that students may not have a clear line of direction of the ball and therefore may lose control. Another common error is not fully bending and extending the elbow, which can lead to jarring of the elbow. Ouch!
Teachers may also find that during this stage, students may be reluctant to focus on one point, having a tendency to adopt wandering eyes. To improve this, suggest to them to focus on one object ahead of them. This will allow students to have focus on the ball and better posture, which in turn leads to a better technique.
Now that students have a grasp of the bounce, it is about improving little mistakes such as the height they bounce the ball at. For example, some students apply too much force to bouncing the ball, which can cause losing control. To correct this, the teacher needs to give a friendly reminder that the students should be bouncing at hip height, adopting a lighter force.
Some students may have the tendency to bounce the ball with a firm starfish hand. This will give too much force to the bounce, which will make it harder to control the ball. As a teacher, you should encourage them to use a lighter force that will come from using a jellyfish type motion of the hand.
Now that the students have learnt the basics, it's time to add in some variations. A variation could consist of changing up the pace of bouncing the ball. On this activity, you would be bouncing the ball at an even pace for 3 bounces, and then the next 3 at double timing. This not only challenges the students, but allows them to develop their skills further.
Another variation could be travelling with the ball. You could encourage students to walk whilst bouncing the ball. You need to make sure that when they are walking with the ball that they are bouncing to the side of their body. This will reduce the tripping hazard.
This second half of the video is the Masters section, which are aimed at Years 3, as at this point they should have fully developed their ability to bounce a ball. This stage will need a larger ball as their hands are bigger and a nice open space with a hard surface to allow the ball to bounce. Keep on watching if you want to become a master.
Now we've reached the masters level, your students are almost pros. They've mastered the basics and now it's time for some variations. For example, the bounce can be used to dribble a ball. This allows students to learn how to run with the ball and bounce it as they go.
Remember to encourage students to focus their eyes ahead of them. As pointed out earlier, this is a common mistake. If not attended to, students may continue to look down, which therefore promotes bad technique. This also affects their safety as they run, because they may run into each other, harming those around them.
Another variation of the ball bounce is the ability to conduct bounce passes to each other. This can be used as an activity to practice the skill. For example, you can place pairs of students 5 steps away from each other and get them to bounce the ball between them. The aim is to get students passing the ball by bouncing it on a single point in the middle and having it rebound to their partner. Teachers may like to place a rubber dot in between to assist students' aim.
Now it's time for the recap. Remember, predominant hand on top and the other on the side. Release your grip to drop the ball in order for it to rebound off the ground.
Don't let the ball get too high. Remember, hip height is key. Those wandering eyes won't get you anywhere. Make sure you always look forward.
Don't forget the jellyfish hands. You don't want to be slapping the ball, but instead have soft hands. Hope this has taught you how to teach your students the fundamental skill of the bounce.
Okay, go. Go, yeah. I was going to get a close in of that